Today, feeling a little empty and frustrated because I've been doing great since I've been here in Atlanta. I've been making lots of money, meeting lots of people. God has been providing every step of the way. But I found myself getting a little frustrated because every piece of money that I get goes back into my business, which is not the part that I'm frustrated about. That's a good thing, right? But sometimes I get a little let down because I start to think like, when will I be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor? And God has still allowed me to enjoy it. I've been staying at a 24-hour spa because I can't afford a hotel. And that's a luxury experience in itself. It's much cheaper, but it's still been a luxury experience. I've been Ubering everywhere. And although I'm not fond of the prices of Uber, and it would be probably cheaper to rent a car or the same price, but at least a little bit more efficient, I haven't had to walk, I've been able to get to and from my destination safely. I've ate every day. I've eaten good, I haven't settled for food that I don't like or scraps. I've been able to eat whatever I want, whenever I want. I've been able to have multiple meals a day. I've been able to have coffee and wine, and I've still been able to enjoy what God has given me, even though it's not the idea of enjoyable that I guess sometimes I'm chasing after. And I've been reflecting on it, and I just want to repent to the Lord for taking those things for granted and just show him my gratitude. I still need to be grateful because, boy, even though my bank account doesn't reflect what I believe I'm worth, the Lord loves me so much and believes I'm worth so much that he gave me these experiences with the way that my bank account looks. I'm out here, and something told me as I was on the way back to my storage unit to just stop and enjoy the nature, praise and worship God. I've been listening to some worship music and just, worshiping the Lord. And I got a revelation. It's a video I watched the other day. This woman named Melody Alyssa, she makes faith-based content on YouTube. She said God told her to find the beauty in the mess. She felt like her life has been a mess lately, and she went on a walk in nature and asked God, God, I have problems with this, and that. Help me fix my mess. And God told her to find beauty in the mess. And so as I was walking to the train station so that I can get on the train, I stopped in this little area where I saw some pretty flowers here. I don't know what kind of flowers these are, but really pretty, really bright. It caught my attention, so I stopped and I worshiped the Lord right here. And then I realized that this is the left side of the field, here's the sidewalk, and here's the right side of the field. And you only see the flowers, the pretty flowers, on the right side of the field. And so I was just wondering, why are the flowers only on this side of the field? I get that there's a sidewalk in the middle, but it just looks so uneven, so unaligned. And so I started just thinking about what Melody said in her video to find the beauty in the mess. And so I started to walk on this side of the field to see, what was over here. And so as you get closer, you see that there are some flowers growing slowly but surely. But you definitely recognize that No, I don't. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, quick intermission. Just a guy out here hustling, trying to sell himself to me. But what was I saying? Hold on. So yeah, if you get a little bit closer to the field, you can definitely see that the field is bearing fruit, aka flowers. They're just much smaller. They're different. The yellows are coming up every so now and then, but it's not as vibrant, as pretty as the other side of the field. And so I just kept walking, and I realized there are some colors, There's purples, there are some yellows here and there. There's some other little flowers here. But then when you get to the other side of the field has every flower that the other side has. But they're just much bigger, much longer, much prettier. They've bloomed. They fully bloomed. The whole entire field fully bloomed. And so I looked at everything, right? And I looked at this side of the field, and it seems to be so much bigger in size than this side of the field, right? Now, I'm not sure if that's just because of the layout or because of, this construction wall here or whatever that is, or if it's because there's so many trees on this side, so it makes this part of the land look a little bit smaller. But in my opinion, this side of the field looks much bigger than this side of the field in size. And so the revelation that I feel like I got from this was, one, the reminder of what Melody said, which is like, look for the beauty in the mess, because clearly this side of the field looks like it's not doing too good. But when you really look, it is bearing flowers, It's just bearing flowers a lot slower than the other side. But then two, God revealed to me that this is your life when you haven't fully trusted him and let go. You may trust him, and so because of that, you still produce fruit, you still bloom, you still have flowers. Your opportunities look like they are endless. You look like you have just so much opportunities, all this space to do Lord knows what. It presents itself well. But what would happen if you fully surrendered and let go and let God? Opportunities still endless? Yes. Bear fruit? Bloom? Yes, but your harvest is much greater. Your color is much brighter. You have much more than just land. Because over here, where you didn't trust God, you got all the land in the world. But here you got land, you got flowers, you got trees, you got building, you got it all over here. You got land, you got building, and you got barely bloomed flowers over here. So God revealed to me that it's not that he's not working, but because you won't let go, you're stalling his ability to give you everything that he's promised you. I know it's not much of a revelation for someone else, but this was an eye-opener for me. So I hope someone gets something out of this. Surrender, let go, let God take control so that he can give you more than you can even imagine. You think you got it all. You think you got it all. But look what you could have. Look what you could have. You can have a field full of bloom. You can have a field full of trees. You can have the buildings with the trees and the bloom. You can have it all. Versus just settling for just the land.